veterans, why are you wasting your time calling out these fucking stolen valor idiots? Okay? Don't you know that 90% of these motherfuckers are fucking completely fucking mentally ill? All right? They're not just liars, they're mentally ill. Okay? And you're wasting your time confronting them, asking them what their MOS is, asking them where they were stationed, where did they do basic, calling them out on fucking their uniforms. All right? Come on, guys. You got nothing better to do than that shit? And then you're going to say to me, hey, oh, wow, that's stolen valor. You know what? Another word for valor is courage. Okay? How do you steal courage? Can you buy courage in the store? No. Then how can you steal it? Okay? Putting on that uniform does not give you courage. Okay? If some mentally ill motherfucker retard wants to go to Goodwill and buy some BDUs and put them on and pretend that he was in the army, so the fuck what? Leave him alone. All right? You veterans have no business confronting these people and bullying these people. All right? Because let me tell you what, there are plenty of fucking veterans, and I know some, that have put on that uniform or currently wear that uniform who fucking do some shady shit. They do some dishonorable shit. There are veterans who have put on that uniform who fucking can't pay their child support or won't pay their child support. They're addicted to drugs. They come home and they beat their wives. They abuse their families. You know? Is that valor? No, valor is on an individual basis. Okay? And you don't have to put on a uniform, military or otherwise, to have honor and valor. It's not a Spider-Man suit, okay? You are not a superhero, all right? So quit going around and fucking calling these people out. I saw this one veteran call out some old, retarded old man about his uniform that he was wearing, some army uniform that he was wearing, you know, and he's over there yelling at him like, take off my uniform. Friends of mine died. I risked my life. Okay, here's what I got to say about that. First of all, it's not your fucking uniform that he got at Goodwill or the Army surplus store, where the fuck he found it. All right? It's not your uniform, veterans. The uniform that was yours was the one that was issued to you. All right? Not every single uniform that they're selling at Goodwill. All right? Then keep that in mind. And the other part of this is quit telling people that, man, I saw shit that I shouldn't have to see, and my friends died. And let me tell you this, man. Veterans, you knew what the fuck you were getting into when you enlisted. What do you think you were doing? Fucking signing up to work at Burger King? You knew what the fuck you were getting into. So quit going around talking shit. A lot of times veterans will be offended with these stolen valor people, okay, that they call them that, because the last thing that these veterans identify with that they actually are proud of was their military service. Because in civilian life, they ain't worth a damn. All right? A lot of them are like that. I knew somebody who lived upstairs from me, from my apartment, who was a Marine, and now he's a fucking unemployed alcoholic, and all he ever talks about is being a Marine. And he goes to bars and he talks about being a Marine. He can't hold a job, he can't fucking stop drinking, and he can't pay his child support. But yet he's in the bar fucking talking about the good old days when he was a Marine, and he's one of these guys who goes around trying to call people out on stolen valor. Get a fucking life, veterans. Alright? Learn to understand when people are fucking insane, and leave them the fuck alone. Alright? Think about it. My point is, that uniform does not give you courage. It does not give you superpowers. It does not make you honorable. You don't need that uniform to have them things. So just shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's from another guy's video. He's making some excellent points, okay? And people should behave better. This bracelet, I want to call your attention to this. This bracelet was invented by a civilian in Iraq who saw action. He was a civilian contractor, but circumstances being what they were, the guy did see action. He performed admirably, and he made these bracelets, and he's the one that started it all. He gave me one. I unfortunately, I lost it while I was skydiving. Now, in the airborne, they tell you no jewelry. You're not supposed to wear necklaces or rings or bracelets. But when I was skydiving, I used to wear jewelry all the time, every time. Yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to, but I did it anyway. But anyway, the reason he made these bracelets is he wanted to distinguish or differentiate between people who saw combat versus people who didn't, because the overwhelming majority of the people that were, let's say, in Kuwait or Bahrain or Qatar or, yeah, those places, they never saw a lick of combat at all. Not a second. But since he actually saw combat, and some of us did, and yeah, there was a little, it wasn't, it wasn't quite like what they make it out to be in the movies, but he came up with these bracelets, and that way, if you saw somebody who had been in combat, you would recognize them, as opposed to some regular REMF. And your REMFs are your biggest problem, by the way, in the military. And the guys that are screaming stolen valor, those are REMFs. Okay, they didn't see any action. Okay, and here we have another video here. Let's see what he has to say here.
Talented people serving with us. We had highway patrolmen, we had sheriff deputies, we had firefighters, all kinds of different people serving in the National Guard. So why these veterans would look down upon us is beyond me. Maybe because veterans these days are assholes. That's why you have all this stolen valor bullshit going on, where veterans are attacking homeless people, they're attacking mentally ill people, because they think that they're defending some kind of honor and yelling out stolen valor and all kinds of other bullshit. I've been accused of stolen valor for wearing an Army shirt because I served in an Army National Guard, and I was told that I shouldn't wear that shirt because I didn't serve in the actual Army. Well, you know what? I got one thing to say to you veterans. Fuck you. Okay? I'm proud that I was an Army National Guardsman, and I will wear that shirt. You can't tell me what I can and can't wear. This whole stolen valor shit is getting out of hand. So if you believe that you're better than us because you served in the regular Army for 2 years and got out or got thrown out, or 4 years, or whatever the hell you did, well, fine, believe it. But you know what? Keep it to yourself. Stay out of my fucking face.
Okay, he's right about this stolen valor thing, about these self-appointed vigilantes screaming stolen valor. The veterans who were screaming stolen valor were your REMPs and people that didn't see action. I actually saw some action, nothing like Saving Private Ryan's opening scene or anything like that. But I did see enough action to say I saw the action, okay? Which puts me in the upper 1% of the veterans. The problem is these REMPs who saw no action, they want to bring the war back to America. I never had any desire to do that. And the people that saw action with me, they didn't have any desire to do it, to bring it home. Okay, somebody's wearing a military uniform. Yeah, kids used to wear them, so what? I mean, it's not, in a way, that's kind of a compliment. Kids wearing a uniform that you wear because they want to be like you. I mean, that's another way to look at it.
It's a confrontation on the street as an Army vet confronts a guy he believes is a fake. Garrett Goodwin, a former Army medic, spotted the panhandler in military fatigues at a busy intersection in Tampa.
I saw a gentleman in uniform with a sign that said Army Veteran Homeless Needs Help. I realized pretty quickly that this is probably stolen valor.
He got out of his car to go face to face with the panhandler, and it got loud. He does as he's told, but Goodwin doesn't let up.
That's not our uniform! I probably died for my uniform! You don't think I understand that, do you? I do understand. I don't think you do!
Now, some are saying Goodwin went too far, calling him a bully. I appreciate your service, but you lost my respect for the way you handled yourself, wrote one person who watched the video on YouTube.
Now, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. People like this big fat motherfucker, and others like him, like Don Shipley, that are going around bullying people who they think are in violation of stolen valor. First of all, they don't understand the legal definition of stolen valor. Number two, I am disappointed about how veterans are handling this. They're handling it the wrong way, okay? If somebody's in true violation of stolen valor, report them to the proper authorities, okay? Do not go out and bully people. Do not go out and assault people. Do not go out and cut people's tattoos off that say Navy SEAL on it, like Don Shipley threatened to do. If you don't know who Don Shipley is, he's a former Navy SEAL and one of the most popular vigilante, stolen valor vigilantes out there. You can Google them. Veterans, quit acting like this. You're making morons out of yourself, and you're losing the respect of a lot of people. And if any of you support this kind of shit, then you're a fucking asshole too. Goodbye.
Yeah, I agree with that. Why the hell this guy is bothering this kid, this Eric Goodwin? He's bothering a kid who's like 14 or 15 years old. Yeah, this stolen valor's vigilantism has gotten way out of hand, just like these frauditors.
Sacramento, who was falsely accused of stolen valor by these fucking punk ass stolen valor vigilante groups that are fucking terrorizing the fucking country. This guy could not produce the proper proof on the spot that these assholes claimed that he needed to produce.
Let me actually interject in here too. There's also been cases where the accused have actually produced the DD-214s, produced the documentation that they're legit. Doesn't work. No. If you're accused of stolen valor, you are not getting out of that fight. You're in a fight, and in many cases, you're in the fight for your life.
And they proceeded to beat his ass because they judged him on the spot and said he was in violation of stolen valor. Okay? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This fucking bullshit, brutal behavior that these veterans are doing to other people are just completely unacceptable. Okay? This guy was an actual veteran, but he couldn't prove it to these guys fast enough, so they just proceeded to whip his ass. This is fucking ridiculous. Fucking assholes. Now look, there are stolen valor groups, largely composed of veterans like the Guardians of Valor. They claim to seek the protection of the uniforms of the services and the valor, honor, integrity, and honor of people that serve. They believe that they automatically accrue, honor, just because they served in the military. Okay? The military does honor a small fraction with awards of valor, but those who receive these recognitions are few and far between. Valor is a recognition that is bestowed by others on those who demonstrate courage or bravery in situations of extreme personal danger. Valor is high praise, and not everyone in the military is deserving of such esteem. Okay? It is disturbing that groups of veterans claim that they are protecting valor, something they may have not earned in the first place. This is a form of self-promotion, and it's offensive, and it's completely unnecessary.
I, for the record, do not belong to any of those groups, okay? I was in the Army, I did my time, served my country, paid my dues, end of story. And now, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Steakhouse is one of the more upscale chain restaurants out there, so price is a factor, but fans say it's worth it. For Thanksgiving, they opt to make turkey the star of the show instead of beef on its massive menu.
This turkey tastes half as good as it looks. I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Oven roasted turkey, sausage and herb stuffing, cranberry
that
relish,
looks pretty
garlic
good,
mashed
actually.
potatoes, pumpkin cheesecake. It just keeps going. It's pretty much guaranteed that anything coming out of the kitchen out of Ruth's is going to be delicious. One Yelp reviewer was in awe at everything on their plate, writing, "Roast turkey cooked to absolute perfection like no turkey we've ever tasted before. A buttery brown gravy that blew our minds, perfectly tart and sweet cranberry relish, amazing
that
green
looks
stuffing
good,
with
guys.
apple in it. All just tasted exquisite, perfectly cooked, and so full of flavor." Bob Eck.
Well, Thanksgiving coming up. People don't eat at home anymore. But I don't know. Going to Golden Corral, it's okay. I think Golden Corral is actually a pretty good deal, but I'd probably want to try something a little more upscale.